Well, what's up, man? Privileged to have Mr. Derrick McKinney on the line. The one, the only, the loud himself. Whether it be loud and music or any other things, but
Yeah.
he's making a lot of noise. So appreciate you taking the time out to jump on here with me, my brother.
Hey man, anytime, man. When you call, I'm gonna answer, bro. Hey man, we go back like car seats. This ain't nothing new.
Hey, we can't be telling everybody how this ain't even great, so we can't tell them. That's die.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's intentional. It's intentional.
Yeah. But let's get into it, man. Let's talk a little bit first. Let's talk about your city. There's a lot going on in Houston right now,
Huh?
and man, I know you've been a staple in Houston for a long time, making a lot of things. What's the temperament out there right now?
I think the temperament right now in Houston is one of them situations where um clearly it's a tragedy. It's an unfortunate situation. You know, Definitely RIP Takeoff. We lost an amazing, phenomenal talent. We lost somebody who we I don't even think we even got to see his full potential even close yet. Um, I just think the temperament in Houston right now is that of like, hey, let's fix it. Let's get right. And I wouldn't even say it's the temperament of Houston because when I watch the news, I see it all over the world. I see things in Atlanta. I see things in Chicago. I see things in DC. I was just in New York watching the news and I had to turn it off. LA, like, it's like nobody's like, hey, don't go to here in LA. I don't even. I think it's more of the temperament of our culture. I think it's more the temperament of us as a people right now. We're so quick to be adversary and at odds with each other, as opposed to just taking a step back and saying, man, hey, it's really nothing that's worth or that's serious. Of never mind getting to the steps of taking a life, but is it that serious to even take out a weapon? Start there. You mean to tell me this can't be talked out? And if it
Yeah,
can't be
definitely.
talked out, then we can walk away from. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that
Oh
should
yeah.
be that's where we should be as a culture. Um, because like I say, it's unfortunate it happened in Houston, but if you look up, it just happened in LA, it just happened in Atlanta, it just happened in New York, it just happened in Chicago. It happens in Chicago weekly. So I don't it's not we don't own the rights to it here. It's not exclusive to us.
Mhm.
Um, I think it's just a cultural thing that we have to work through and get past.
Okay. So let me, there's a lot of rumors, people talk, things like that, in reference to uh, people picking sides in Houston
Mhm.
and the Houston versus Atlanta situation going on. What is it like for the artists in Houston and the labels as well in reference to wanting to still go to Atlanta doing work? Have y'all had any pushback since the situation?
Man, I'll be honest with you, brother. I don't even get close to even involved in entertaining in any of those conversations. Even when it's a good conversation, I just really focus on loud music. And I think that's the thing that has set us apart from everybody else. I just never get involved in other people's business because I don't want other people's baggage. And
Mhm.
too often
Facts.
you veer off course, focusing, looking left, looking right. I think Michael Phelps, the phenomenal Olympic swimmer, he was like, when he's swimming, he don't see who's to the left or to the right. He just see the finish line, and that's just the approach we take. So regardless of, I don't have a side to pick. I pick the loud music side. I don't have a city to pick. I pick the city that loud music is doing business in, and where our next event or our next show or our next concert. Um, that neutral stance is by design, but our neutral stance has been that way from the inception of our brand and our company. That's just who we are. And I think sometimes people get caught up in the moments of tragedy of wanting to pick a side when I don't think there is no side in the tragedy. I
Hmm.
think it's like the only side is the resolution, a solution to end it. That's the only thing. So for me, I I have an artist in Atlanta, Bobby V. I have artists in Houston. I have artists in Dallas. You know, I have an artist in LA. So um, it's I rock with everybody. I rock with them all, and they all rock with us. I don't think it's a matter of picking sides for us.
Mhm. Okay. So, he's talking about all these artists. Let's talk about Loud Music themselves,
Okay. Let's see what we got. What we got. What we got.
You
So
know, uh,
we are an indie label based out of Houston, Texas, H Town. We have the producer and artist Tim Ned. He's toured Japan, England, the Netherlands. We've toured with Ja Rule, Gucci Mane, the Baby. We have the artist Cody Blake that's from here. The young lady Skyra Bliss, the phenomenal. She just had her single debut on BET, Fresh Face Fridays. Discovery TV just featured her. 97 Out of Box is featuring her now. We have a super group called the Art of Ratchet, where we took Tim Ned and the Dallas legend Fat Pimp, put them in a group together, and they've just been killing it for the past year and a half, 2 years that we've been pushing them. Then we have the Houston legend Zero under the management side. We have the Houston legend global icon Lil Flip, who's on the management side, and then on the R&B side we have multi-platinum award winning singer songwriter Bobby V. Who's on the Millennium Tour. I think they just wrapped that up. And then he has, through our partnership with him and his label, Veltri Music Group, he has an artist named Santos. Santos is phenomenal out of LA. And we just released his single. Was fortunate, man, to get him a billboard up in Times Square, and seeing a lot of DJs react to his music. It's his first official single with us, so it's a work. We're working the record, so I think we'll see the true fruits of the labor from this record after the holidays. Come February, come March, we just stick with it, man. But we got a lot of cool things happening over here.
okay. Now, you get all these artists, man. I forgot about the Zero situation. I forgot you had Zero over there, so I have to kind of go back to the Zero situation.
There is no
because
Zero situation.
um because actually me and somebody else was just talking about Zero today, and it's just so funny that I forgot about Zero.
Listen, so I can answer this. I am 100% pro Zero. There is no middle ground. There's no wavering. I'm 100% pro Zero. That's who I rock with. Prior to meeting him, prior to knowing him, prior to managing him, prior to work with him. That's the music I listen to. That's the merchandise I rock. That's the shows I go to. That's the person I see. And even more so now that I'm working with him.
Well, I'm gonna ask this question because I like both of them, and my thing is,
unfortunate for you.
The situation happened, but have they been able to sit down since the situation and work it out?
Don't need to sit down.
So it's
focused on music. We got a new project coming. Zero was just had his billboard up in Times Square. He was on CBS Sports with the Big Three. He was just at the BET Awards. So we're focused on moving forward and making money. We got shows coming up this weekend, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Then we booked Thanksgiving weekend as well. Then we head out to San Antonio. Then we got Amarillo. Then we got Odessa. So we don't have time to focus on anything that does not further the brand and push it forward.
Enough said. We're gonna leave it right there. We're gonna leave it right there. So all right. Yeah, that's a lot of orders. So y'all making a lot of moves. Man, can I get a job? That's what I should have been asking.
I need to ask you for a job. You've been running the Midwest for too goddamn long, man. I need a crib out there or something. Come on, man.
I'm about to get a house in Houston. I'll be a janitor. I'll polish.
Man. We need more. We need more dope people in Houston. We need more people to come out here and help us push this thing forward, man. That's I think we're on track to do something phenomenal. You as well as we both have been in the industry for a while, and we've worked with projects and done some things. But I think I'm able to identify and recognize when certain shit is going right. So it's like, oh, wait a minute, I'm seeing all the green lights. I see some things happening. So it's just a matter of time for this for our situation to really, really take off and our situation to really, really blow. Like blow to the sense of what I feel like I want to be the next Interscope. So to
Mhm.
where some people may see like, oh man, y'all killing it. For me, I wake up pissed off, frustrated, mad at the world, trying to figure out how do I get to the next level. So for me, like I'm ready to go to the I want to be Universal Republic. I want to be Interscope.
Okay.
I want to be Motown. Um, I don't want to just have we're not a local urban label. You know,
And
we've toured Japan, we've toured England, we've toured the Netherlands. Already in 2023, we got England on the calendar again. We got France on the calendar, working on Dubai. So I'm making sure that we are an internationally known and respected brand.
and you doing and you're still strictly independent right now, correct?
Oh, yeah, man, we're independent, man. And I would tell you this: I'm not one of them guys that be like, "Oh, stay independent, stay independent." I want a deal. I want the right deal, but I do want a deal because I feel as though with what I'm able to bring to the table and with the right strategic partner, I think we can definitely make some history. There's certain things that I want that I'm unable to access right now just because I don't have the relationship or I don't have the capital. You know,
Mhm.
certain the way the game is changing. You know, we used to be in this world of payola, but I don't think people have let in the free social media fool them. That for the big boy things that you really want, it's an even bigger bag than it was ever before. Uh,
Mhm.
you know, talent used to get you on Jimmy Kimmel. You know, different things like, you know, if you just people just was a fan of the music. Now people have fell victim to being fans of algorithms over artistry. So you have to spend the money to trigger an algorithm. You're not even spending the money to gain fans. You're spending the money to trigger algorithms in the hopes the algorithms put you in front of the right people. So it's kind of sometimes it feels like you're always shooting in the dark, but when you have the right strategic partner, you can mitigate some of that. Not so many casualties of war. You
Mhm.
can be a little bit more exact in your approach.
Okay. So, if an artist wanted to get with loud music, what are some of the things that you look for when bringing somebody up under the umbrella?
Man, gotta be a hard work your ass off, bro. Artists today are so freaking lazy and entitled. It makes no sense. I don't care how fine you think you are. I don't care how much dope you think you've sold. I don't care how many cars or chains or I got a million Instagram followers, but you can't sell 10 concert tickets. I like people who are going to work. Pass out your flyers, call the DJs, go set up your own interviews, come up with ideas, put your own team together and shoot your viral videos, your content. Like, don't just put your feet up and wait on somebody to do it for you. Oh, I need you to take me to the next level. No, you don't. You need to just keep working. And that's the thing. We get a lot of emails, and I'm thankful and I'm fortunate that people recognize some things in us that they want to be a part of what we're doing. But most of the time, it's like you're not even doing the free shit that you got in your hand. You're not even really taking advantage of your social media. Google is everything. People will
Mhm.
Google how to crack a fire stick, and they'll Google how to steal this off of YouTube, but they won't never even look at how to push their own music, how to create a marketing plan. They won't look up none of those things. But those things are supposed to matter to me, but they don't even matter to you.
Yeah, that part.
So that's what I look for. I look for somebody like, and honestly, it ain't even got to be the most talented because I think talented today is so drastically overrated. I think some of the hottest artists in the world right now, they aren't the most talented. It's
True.
just that they were probably the most relentless. They
Yeah.
probably were the hardest. They probably, with the exception of the ones who just had endless amounts of street money behind them. Those that don't, that were able to make it through, hell, they just got they gave up everything. They lost houses, they lost cars, they lost relationships. They would sleep in their car and they would travel city to city. You would hear the stories and understand like this is why they on. And when they get them, this is why they protect it so much, because they know where they came from. Most artists don't even have that hunger no more. They don't even have the desire to be great. They just have a desire to be popular on social media.
That
So
part.
it's like, that desire to be the best singer in the room, to be they're not even trying to be the hottest rapper. They're trying to see who can come up with the hottest captions, the hottest catchphrase, who can get put on TMZ, who does the shade room talk about? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even about most new artists that I encounter. It ain't even about being great. And that's so it helps me. I can easily eliminate them. I can weed them out because their agenda is like, yo, why aren't we looking for the next Michael Jackson? You know what I'm saying? Why aren't we looking for the next Rolling Stones? Why aren't we looking for the next Beatles? Why aren't we looking for the next Stephanie Mills or the next Aretha Franklin? Why aren't we looking for the next Jay-Z? I don't want to find no more young boys. I don't want to find no more Kodaks. I don't want to find no more Megs. I don't want to find no more Cardis. I'm fans. I love them. But who's the icon that's going to be around 15 years from now?
That part.
That's what I want to find.
Especially with music starting to make another change with a new wave coming in.
Yeah, man. I'm like I say, I listen to so much stuff. I finally broke down. I got to see Chris Stapleton, the country singer, perform at the Grammys, and that completely won me over. So seeing him live, I was already a fan of the Tennessee Whiskey record, but seeing him perform live and just you could hear the emotion in his songs. You could hear the passion in his records. So it made me a fan of that. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't.
Oh yeah.
And this is a much deeper conversation, but I don't think we're allowed to have that kind of passion and emotion in our records if it's not triggering trauma and pain. We're not allowed to have that kind of passion and emotion about love, about friendship, about relationships, about and like I say, and I'm not ashamed to say it, I'm still to this day a huge Kanye fan. I rock with Kanye. But the beauty of College Dropout and some of his early records, you heard the passion and the hunger that he had to make it. You know what I'm saying? You felt that this dude wants to be the greatest. He wants to be an icon. He wants to be a legend. And he gave you the music that did it. We don't get that no more. We don't get that at all. So that's the space I'm trying to get in, man. I'm trying to get in. I think Cody Blake has all the potential in the world to be that guy. I think Skyra has all the potential in the world to be that girl. I think Tim Ned and Fat Pimp have all the potential to do those things. And that's how we pick and choose the artists. Can I see this artist 10 years from now changing lives, changing culture? And it may take us the scenic route to get there, but that's why I go after those type of artists.
Okay. All right. Now, L.O.U.D is more than just a label. You did an event called Meet the Press. You know what I mean? What spurred that event, and why did you do that?
Man, so as an indie label, everybody wants press, everybody needs media, and publicists are charging independent artists and labels $2,000-3,000 a month, 4 or 5 month retainer, and like you look at their proposal, we're going to help you clean up your social media and increase your followers and increase your engagement. It's like they just copy and paste all the sexy shit they find on Google. Then your 4 to 5 pictures a month, and I was like, dude, and then I felt like they were giving me this, and I kind of took it personal. It was like, yo, do you know my resume? You know the people I've worked with. So what you're telling me you're going to do, I can do with a text message. So I felt really, really insulted. So I thought to myself, if I'm being treated this way, and I'm getting this type of response from publicists and PR firms, what are the guys and what are the labels and the artists and the managers getting that may not be where we're at? So I said, I need an event that's going to help put my brand in a bigger space, but also I love my events to be inclusive. So that's why we did the live radio and press junket. We put 50 media outlets in one room. And independent artists from across the country got to come in and sit down and do one-on-one meetings with every outlet, with every platform. And it was phenomenal. The second one that we had in June, the first one that you attended, we had about 340 indie artists come through. The one we did in June had 652 artists there, artist managers and their teams. So the next one we're planning June 2023, I'm pretty sure we'll do 1,000 plus because I'm making it, it's going to be super intentional to include pop, indie rock, top 40, EDM, country, way more genres than just hip hop and R&B. So we'll have media that covers all genres of music. So we can have 200 or 300 pop artists and producers in the room, along with 300 or 400 hip hop artists and 200 or 300 country artists and 200 or 300 R&B singers. And that way we can really, really dominate the media side of things. Because for us as a label, to have this many artists and music professionals and media outlets all talking about loud music, it furthers our brand. It promotes us without me having to say a word. It's the ultimate A&R tool because now I can see which artists stood out to the media. Who did they feel like was the superstar that they interviewed, that they feel like could be the next big thing? And then also it shows artists like, look, y'all aren't signed to me. If you meet somebody in this room and they do a story on you, you blow up, great. Because I need more people to win. And in order for me to be who I want to be in the music industry, I have to discover new talent. For me, I don't get brownie points for working with the established legends. They were legends. Zero was a legend before I met him. Flip sold millions of records before I met him. Well, actually, I had met him on the I Can Do That project. But by the time I started managing him, it's 22 million records sold.
Yeah.
R. Kelly was R. Kelly before I got into the picture. So, you know, it's Bobby V is Bobby V before I ever met him. So my hunger is I got to be the reason to introduce this person to the world. That's my ultimate drive.
Okay. Now, let me ask you, being a label owner, a lot of people say that, especially like magazines and radio and all that, they saying, that's old stuff. No one needs that anymore. What do you say to that aspect of things?
I think it's bullshit. I think we need it all because the problem with social media is, yes, you can reach a lot of people. Everything is a mind game. Everybody's trying to mind fuck you in some shape, form, or fashion. Because when I pay X amount of dollars for this company to post me on their Instagram and they put me in front of 200,000 people, that does me no good. Yes, it introduces us to a few people and it might work, but at the same time, guess what? Right after my post, the next person they pay, who may be lesser quality, they're going to get the same thing I get. The thing that sets you apart is, let me do something nobody else can do. Put me in a position that nobody else can be in. If anybody can go to this platform and pay to be on it, then that doesn't show my talent. That just shows I'm just going to pay my way through. And that's like with TikTok and all the influencer marketing campaigns. It's like I compare TikTok to American Idol. When people watch American Idol, great show. I love it. But you don't give a rat's ass about those people once they're eliminated. You wait for the next season and watch the show. So you'd be like, yo, this person had 10 million votes. So out of 10 million votes, 1 million people didn't buy a song for 99 cents. Out of 10 million people, you didn't convert them. Why? But the show gets bigger and bigger and bigger every season. To me, that's TikTok. Once that influencer switches to another campaign, nobody cares about you no more. You watch the different challenges. Once somebody does one dance challenge and then another label or brand hires those same influencers to do the next dance challenge, it's not like there's 5 or 6 dance challenges happening at once. No. Once the next one comes, it bumps the other one out the way.
Yeah.
So that's why I think radio is still the largest form of communication. It's still you still need those relationships, you still need those people, you still need those partnerships because at the end of the day, especially in Houston, it might be 500,000 people riding in their car listening to you, and then they can go look you up. Now, when it comes to magazines, I think when you have are magazines are necessary because the person that takes the time to pick it up is looking for something. Everybody on social media ain't looking for anything. They just there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's about being intentional with your marketing efforts. It's about being super intentional and being able to pinpoint what you're looking to get out of it. And I think people have a false sense of reality or overinflated expectations of what they're going to get out of this magazine ad or what they're going to get from this interview. We're always searching for this could be that spark, this could be that one, as opposed to stacking the dominoes. I was explaining to our team, could you imagine if you were on a football team and every play the coach called was a Hail Mary? Every play was a Hail Mary, as opposed to creating a game plan for every quarter and executing your strategy and your plays, understanding the down and distances, and scoring multiple times. Then when you look back, you won the game. Too many of us are looking for Hail Marys every fucking time we do something. And then we spent 10,000 on this, we spent 5,000 on that. And it's like, dude, that was pointless. As opposed to creating a strategy and having a plan. And radio is a part of that plan. Magazines are a part of that plan. Social media is a part of that plan. Street teams is a part of that plan. We still pass out flyers. Merchandise is a part of that plan. Promo shows, showcasing, open mics, all of those things are a part of the plan. So you need them all. If you just rely, when I've had meetings with labels and all they talk to me is about TikTok, I pass on because there's no commitment. You're only looking for me to go viral, to keep the lights on for this 90 days or this quarter. And then I've never heard of an urban artist, hip hop or R&B record that went viral on TikTok, and then that artist had a second hit.
True.
I've never seen it twice. And that's the thing is like, I feel like you're setting me up for failure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hard to strike gold twice.
Man, bro, it's crazy because that's all they ever want to tell you about. Do this for TikTok, do this for TikTok, do this for TikTok. And I even tell my own team, man, stop talking to me about TikTok. There's certain things we got to do and some things we're going to do it. But our whole strategy isn't going to be about TikTok. People want to go viral and do things on TikTok. For everybody don't have a business model for it.
Mm-hmm.
And social media has made everybody believe that everybody has the same business model. Go viral. But what's your point? And what a lot of people don't understand, going viral doesn't mean people organically stumbled across you and 1 million people accidentally liked what you did. No, it's a couple 30, 40, 50 people who are paid handsomely to do this consistently on your behalf on these platforms because they've established communities that like what they do. But when you have that one person who does these cool dances to your song and everybody loves that new dance and they're doing it, they only listen to that 30 seconds of your song.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody cares about the rest of the record. Nobody cares about your album coming out. They just want that piece of the song they can do their TikTok dance to, and then they can swipe up and go to the next video and do the next dance.
Important.
How can you build your company around just that?
It's like 30 seconds.
Right. I can't do it, man. I can't do it. So I love magazines. I still subscribe to magazines. We still take the time to call radio stations, calling PDs, calling MDs. Sometimes I print out a list and I give it to the artist, call and tell these people thank you. Even if they're not playing your record, thank them for still being in a position to be able to play your record. It'll come around one day. But still, just stay in that rhythm because they love to call it old school, but when it's a hip hop record, I'm sorry, when it's a pop record, on a Dell record, a Sam Smith record, or an Ed Sheeran record, it's not called old school. It's called marketing. But us, we have to get on this many playlists, go viral on TikTok, have this many followers on Instagram. So, are you touring? Are you on this many? Or how many spins do you get in the weekend radio? You got to jump through all of these hoops to even show that we're qualified to even have a meeting. So where they'll see the blonde-haired, blue-eyed guitar player playing outside of a gas station and be like, "Whoa, this guy has potential," and go throw the kitchen sink behind him because he has potential. But we get crumbs after having to spend 6 figures just so they can come in and say, "Okay, hey, we like you."
Yeah.
Like, that's the bullshit that I'm not trying to be a part of. That's the part I say I'm trying to change. We have potential. Shit, we don't always have to jump through hoops. And again, going back to a larger conversation, that's why so much of our shit is dominated by drug money and street money.
Mm-hmm.
Because we don't come from affluent families with business lines of credit and bank loans and inheritances and all these different things that can help fund our careers like so many others. So there are country artists. We're gonna just load up in our parents' van and tour the South and live off my dad's credit card. We can't do that. But when you give us all these stipulations and hoops we got to jump through, and you have our own industry, DJs, you got to have a bag. Bloggers, you got to have a bag. Serious inquiries only. You got to do this, you got to do that. Shit. Either you don't make it or you don't have the money to do it. So where do you get it from? That's why so much shit go wrong, because people are trying to chase a dream.
Facts.
Well, I mean, it's, like I said, Lucky, we go way back. We can do this shit all day.
Oh yeah, but we're gonna get on the main topic at hand now. Loud Fest 2022.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Let's
second, third, and fourth. Katy, Texas, Southland Bar and Grill. 200 independent artists from across the country. 3 stages. We might add a 4th stage. 40 media outlets, vendors, food trucks, live music, national headliners, all indie. We got live mixtapes coming. We got Audio Mac coming. We got SoundCloud coming. 97.9 The Box is coming. We got so many dope things, so many dope opportunities for the artists to be there. Boost Mobile is there. So it's going to be some cool stuff, man. Artists get to be a part of a real festival. They get to really see what it feels like. A real stage, real sound, real lights, real smoke. Real fans. Real fans. It's not a showcase where it's 50 rappers in the room and you on stage and it's rappers for rappers. Like, nah. It's 700, 800, 1,000 people out there every day that you're performing in front of. And that's the beauty of it.
Okay. So let's talk about this is what year is this? The 4th year?
4th year 4. Yeah. So we had this festival in Houston that was pretty big, man, and they just would never return a phone call. They wouldn't return a phone call. They wouldn't respond to emails. They would not DM on social media, nothing, man. And so I said I was creating my own festival. And we started, one year was like 200-300 people. Then the next year was like 600 people. Then boom. What was it? No, the first year was like 400 or 500. The second year we did at Ravens Tower. We did like 4,800 people.
Mm-hmm.
Then the third year we were at Wildcatter Saloon in Katy. And that was the year of the pandemic, 2020. We were supposed to be in June, but we moved it to December. And we did like 1,000 people a day over the weekend. So like 2,000 people that weekend. And then we didn't do 2021 Because in Texas, our COVID numbers, we were probably one of the last states where our COVID numbers finally started to drop. Because we were the wild, wild west for real. Like you have to wear a mask. You don't have to wear a mask. You got to be vaccinated. No, you don't have to be vaccinated. If you say, hey, you got to wear a mask, you got more people outside picketing and protesting your event than you do going inside. So we took a break in 2021 to kind of figure out what the strategy was going to be for COVID moving forward. And here we are in 2022, and we're back. So right now we're close to 200 artists performing over the weekend, man. And it's looking really good, bro. It's looking really good.
Okay. So are y'all still taking submission for artists?
Yeah, we are, because unfortunately we've had some artists be like, hey, man, we're not going to be able to make it. Bands have broken up. People have switched managers. People have switched labels. People like, I don't know what was happening, but I've had like 11 female artists get pregnant and be like, I'm either pregnant, my baby is due, or I just had the baby. So it's like, hey, it's a blessing for you, but it's just weird. It's like 11. So maybe if we turned it into a baby shower, like the first hip hop festival or first music festival gender reveal or something. But nah, man, I told them that, and even every one of them who have said they were unable to make it to this year, I told them that I'll give them an automatic confirmed spot for next year. Not going to penalize nobody for having a child, or like even if they switch the manager, I can understand it, man. Because again, I want to discover the next. What I look like eliminating somebody because they have a baby. The next thing you know, they the next Beyonce.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I never know where it's going to come from. So, but yeah, so we are still taking some submissions. What I've been doing is for the out of towners, people who are coming from out of state. We have people flying in from California, Colorado, Georgia, Florida, Connecticut. It's so many coming from New York, and we're making sure that I make sure they all perform at least twice that weekend.
Okay.
So it's going to be a really solid look, man. A really solid
look. Dope. So for people who's never been to a L.O.U.D Fest, why should they come to L.O.U.D Fest?
Because you're going to discover something you've never heard before. If you love music, you love culture, you love fashion, you love people, that's what it's for. It's for those who want to have a great time, who want to just let their hair down and enjoy being in the moment, man. It's not some bougie, uptight bullshit. It's like you might hear last year we had a guy perform, black dude, but he played the bagpipes. Yeah, yeah. Then we had another guy performing. He does cosplay in a Power Rangers outfit, rapper, dressed as a Power Ranger. We had indie rock bands, and there was this one indie rock band that collaborated with a rapper that they met at the festival, and now they got an album out together. So it's just an opportunity to really network and expose your brand and yourself to something new. It's an opportunity as a music lover, for you to discover the next big thing, for you to become a fan of somebody you never heard of. That's the whole purpose of the event. L.O.U.D stands for Live Out Your Dreams. So this technically is the Live Out Your Dreams Music Festival, and that's what we want people to do.
Okay. All right. So give everybody the dates again and the location.
December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, Katy, Texas, Southland Bar and Grill. You can hit us on IG. I believe it's L.O.U.D Fest TX, or the website is loudfesthtx.com. Either one or our main website, L.O.U.D Music, loudmuzik.com. Either one of us, man, either one of those links or websites, one of us will get back to you ASAP and make sure you're good to go.
Okay. And if people want to get tickets, how do they get tickets?
Same places. Go to the same places. The ticket link is there. And here's the amazing thing. and we're going to start announcing the headliners pretty soon. But a weekend pass is $50. That's it.
Not a bad. You can't beat that price.
Not at all. Not at all. A weekend pass is $50. So we're not even trying to charge people $200-$300 for a festival. And again, like, so just for example, our headliners for our last one was Baby Bash, Zero, Lil Flip, Lil Kiki, and we had Fat Pimp out there, Tum Tum from Dallas, Superstar. Like, so you get to see your favorites. You get to see legends. You get to see people who sold millions and millions of records. So it's not like you're just paying to see nobodies. And we screen every artist that performs. So even the ones you never heard of are going to go out there and jam.
Okay. All righty. So there y'all have it, people. You know what I mean? The man himself. You know, y'all got to come check out the Loud Fest. You know what I mean?
We need you. Lucky you coming, right?
We in the building. You know, we bringing the squad with us this time. So
please, everybody, if you're watching this, drink plenty of water, hydrate yourself. This man will probably bring all the Hennessy from the Midwest. So please drink responsibly. But it's gonna be a party. It's gonna be a party.
You know, before we get off here, man, got any last words of encouragement? Any kind of knowledge you want to shoot out to anybody, like artists or anything like that, or anything you just want to put out in the atmosphere?
Man, so I always tell people, just believe in yourself, man. Believe in yourself. I was listening to this thing the other day and it just made me think about, you know, everybody, we're in this climate of everybody wants to be hated on. It's like, yo, there's never been a plant to grow without dirt. So if they're throwing dirt on your name, hey, you can grow. You can grow from it. Fertilizer has helped farmers for years feed villages and whole countries. So if they're shitting on your ideas, just know your ideas get ready to bless somebody, man. You got something that's coming, man. Like, you know, so just perspective, all the things that's meant for negative is really can work in your favor. You know, you could take a piece of coal and you could put all thousand tons of pressure on it, and you end up with a valuable ass diamond. So all the pressure you're feeling that you're going through is only molding you and shaping you to become that diamond. So just don't give up. Don't quit. You know, people gonna talk about you. You're doing something good. They're gonna press you to do some things. You're being shaped to be great. Just stay focused and stay locked in. Don't give up. Don't quit. Don't fall victim to this ageism, colorism, racism, any ism. Like, just stay focused on what you want to do, man. And be true to who you are. Be true to yourself. Be true to your craft. And I guarantee you will have success in this industry.
Right. And there y'all have it. The man, the myth himself, Mr. Derrick McKinney, Mr. Loud Music. And y'all.
See y'all in Katy, Texas.